And we should be live right now.
Ooh, hi.
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 Hello. So, this is AMA part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the first part, we did it through an unlisted link on Patreon. And the
Yeah.
second part, we're doing publicly. But
Yeah.
both of them will be archived on Patreon.
Yes.
Yes. Cool. So I'm just gonna send the link.
Cool. Can I have it too?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
I just have to edit the name again. There we go. Perfect.
Cool.
Excellent. Oh yeah, and I'll add everyone on Patreon. On Discord. Yes, that's what
Okay.
we're doing. Perfect.
My hair is still wet, so this will be an exciting experiment where we get to watch it dry in real time.
Oh my god!
I know.
That's so cool. That's so exciting.
Ugh.
Very, very exciting. Welcome to the stream, everyone.
Hi. I'll
Hello.
just pop the chat out.
Good thinking.
Hey. Oh, good. It's people who weren't here last time so far, so everyone gets to see it.
Excellent. And everybody can hear Richie and I speak.
Because, yeah, the last time we did one of these, it was actually, like, really early this morning, EST. So, people in the US probably weren't there. They were either asleep or at work. And, this, we're doing we ran out of time, basically, so we're doing the next half in the evening. So, hopefully everyone gets a chance to show up, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is posted here.
Mm-hmm.
And...
Surprise, okay. Ingrid.
Oh, hi Ingrid! How's it going?
She's annoyed because I'm hanging the towel up on the exercise bike, and she usually jumps past it to get onto my bed, and she's like, damn it.
Aw.
I have to take the long way around. Hey, Sasha.
Hi. Alright, I'm gonna go grab a drink, and I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah.
You have the text file with the questions, or you can ask people if they have any questions as is.
Yeah, okay, let's open the text file.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Boom. Okay.
Oops, drop my
Hi everyone, hello.
Okay.
Horothiac? We're live. You need to be quiet. Put you here so you don't keep complaining throughout this. Oh, thank you, Carl. Yeah, I'm glad that we've kept things going. Hello, Punkus Bamboo. Hello, Corey. Hello, Leo. Alright, this is from Leo. If Orphan of Cos was your stepdad, would you go over to Grandma Cos's house for homemade lasagna? We could ask Sin, because she's back now, and she likes food. Sin? Sin.
Did it work?
Testing.
Was it funny? Was it funny?
It was very cute. We have a question in the chat about food, so I thought I'd defer to you.
Yes.
If Orphan of Cos was your stepdad, would you go over to Grandma Cos's home for homemade lasagna?
Yeah? Why? What's
what would
wrong?
Be in it? What? Well, I'm imagining, like, Cos's lasagna would probably be full of, like, the parasites. Be eating, like, a mouthful of slugs. The pasta pod's probably made from, like, lumen wood.
No. I think it would be a regular lasagna, because they'd find the recipe online.
Be very salty because I imagine she would be making it in the ocean.
Not Richie, because, okay, they probably don't have, like, lasagna where Kaz is from, right?
Lauren.
Yeah. Have you visited dungeons a lot. Have you ever seen lasagna in a dungeon?
No, but I think I've seen the ingredients for lasagna. We could combine them. There's lots of, like, piles of meat lying around.
But that wouldn't be a lasagna. That would be like...
There's weird growths and things. You could, you know...
That wouldn't be a lasagna. That would be, like, a traditional dish of Lauren. Lasagna is, like, Italian, right?
Yeah.
Is there Italy in Lauren?
Well, I mean...
Richie! Okay, boom, vision. Okay. You know how, like, where I live, there are, like, little, kind of like, I guess, neighborhoods. Like, there's a Greek neighborhood and, like, a Russian neighborhood, whatever. Yeah. And usually in those neighborhoods, you have, like the traditional dishes of the people that live there, right?
Yeah.
Like, my best friends are Greek, so you can find, like, Greek stuff where they live. It's awesome. And, like, so, in Lauren, they have the same thing. So they would have lasagna in Lauren, in, like, the, like, Italian neighborhood.
Right.
And it would be traditional lasagna. Because, like, when you're in Lauren, let's say you're just, like, a Lorrainian, right? And then you're like...
Lorrainian.
Yeah, like, you live in Lauren.
Okay.
And you're like, I want some lasagna today. Oh, my BFF. Like, I don't know, she's Italian. Her mom makes great lasagna. Like, you're gonna... You know, you're not gonna be like, oh, let's have some slug lasagna today. No, you want, like, the original thing, right? Like, when I go to my friend's house back before the pandemic, like, they'd be feeding me their Greek food. I'm like, yeah, let's go. I wouldn't be like, give me dishwater soup. No, give me that Greek stuff. You know?
Right.
I think if this was a podcast, I would just guide this entire thing.
Chat's going off about little Italy and Lauren. Just hop down to Little Is and Lauren to pick up some Pastrala Briatus. Punkcast Bamboo says they're following you, don't worry. Lots of, like, references to Lorrainian Italians. Yeah.
I'm glad that Lauren is, like, really multicultural.
I think what we've learned from this is that everything that's like, that's terrible, we should cut it, ends up really resonating with people.
Okay. Thank you, Rita.
Mm-hmm.
McBriatus and cheese. Excellent.
Yeah. Hang on. What do I like most? Semi-slugs, slugs, or snails? I think I like snails the most because I like the shell. But I get a lot of slugs coming in as well, basically.
To eat? Or
that's actually where my the slug snail gastropod thing started. Because during the spring, which it is now, I'll frequently wake up and I'll see a trail of slime kind of like going from the window around there. And I'll realize that like a snail or a slug got in and it like crawled around, and I'll like catch it and put it back outside again. But you can see actually behind me there's like a little terrarium. And I actually started those because so many bugs get in. I ended up putting them like just in there. Because they kept getting in, so like, alright, fine, I'll just put you in the terrarium, you can live there for a while. And that's what led to me having the tank of snails. Except, because there were no predators, the snails bred out of control. And, I had to let them all go, because it was just like, snails they breed really quickly, they lay all of these eggs, and if there's nothing that will eat them, then they just keep reproducing. So I ended up with looked like the parasite farm in Bloodborne. It was just this massive slugs. So I had to be like, okay, I can't keep throwing bags of lettuce in here. I have to let you all go. So I just put them out on the porch and they slithered away.
You freed them.
I freed them. If you love something, let it go. Set it
Bye,
free.
Richie! Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you
Also,
too.
I was making a joke when you started talking, like, oh,
Yeah.
snails to eat, but actually, no. Rich's favorite slimy insect food is leeches.
Oh yeah. The time I ate a leech was brought up one stream. That was an accident though.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on the previous podcast we posted about the
Yeah.
art and voting.
Yeah. Someone asked what kind of music I liked, and we kind of covered this last time.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I explained it, you said the language I used to explain it was too confusing, like the sentence structure. So
Really? Oh,
I'll
yes! Yeah, it
yeah,
was. Yes.
I'll do the simple English Wikipedia
Okay.
version.
Thank you.
In 1999, I was in a KFC car park, and a weird album by an Australian band called Funky Terrorist came on. This was in the late 90s before there was an iTunes or a Spotify, and if you wanted to get music, you actually had to go out and physically buy it. Funky Terrorist was released on a very, very, very small label and was impossible to find. Then, very, very recently, I found out that that label's catalog was acquired by a British digital music site. So I went there and I was finally able to download it. So the last few days I've been listening to the one release by Funky Terrorist, which is 5 tracks long. But I showed it to like Autumn and Tiff, and they're like, "This is Galaxy Brain. This is amazing."
That's awesome.
It's just like an Australian woman rapping over a remix of the Pac-Man theme. Beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, Cookie Monster's is like on Napster, but like some stuff wasn't popular enough to get on Napster. I do a lot of archiving of like we talked about this a lot, but there's a lot of just
you
stuff
have your
here
other
that I
channel.
yeah, because I'm like I know this will never be re-released, so someone has to like look after it. Hi, bedsheet.
Hi. By the way, hi everyone.
LimeWire. Yes. I had LimeWire. I got into the Cocteau Twins through LimeWire.
The what?
They're a British band. And I LimeWired their albums.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Now I have
Very
them physically.
Cool. Awesome.
Yes. Okay, questions in the actual text document. Okay.
Yes.
We got pretty... Oh, hang on. What my favorite foreign films are? Oh, God. I like Chris Marker a lot. I don't know if he qualifies
Who's
as... But
that?
he's French? Is he French?
How do you
Chris
spell
Marker.
his name? Chris Marker? Like a marker?
M-A,
like a drawing marker?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not foreign, though. I don't think he qualifies.
French writer,
Oh,
photographer.
no, yeah, he's French, of course, yeah, because La Jetée is in French, yeah.
Documentary film director. Oh yeah, you told me about that. We should analyze it.
Oh,
What?
this is my first time seeing Sin's face. Am I behind on this?
Hello. Welcome.
I really like the headdress Sin has, because you can see she looks like a cat. She looks like she has little cat ears poking out the top.
But did you appreciate my chin face though?
Yes, yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
It's like your iconic chin face.
Thank you.
I've been trying to do it and I can't.
No.
I haven't had enough practice.
No, you gotta practice, because now I have achieved such an intense chin face, I can make chins on my neck.
Oh my god, neck chins.
Yeah. Yeah, cat ears.
Mackenzie's here. She's at work, but she's going to watch us later. Thank you, Mackenzie.
Hi.
Tyler McLam asks, are hot dog sandwiches?
Wait, I can answer that.
Okay.
Okay, a sandwich is a buterbrot. A hot dog is hot dog. No.
What happened to my hands? I was dyeing my hair last night, and the gloves broke.
Intense.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't dyed my hair ever since, like, last March, even before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, basically once the pandemic started,
Yeah.
and once it was like, okay, everybody who can work from home,
Yeah.
and when it was
Yeah.
clear, like, I'm not going back to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta find something to do from home for the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Because like my hair, I have to like dry it, I like iron it, I curl it, because you gotta be presentable when you go to work, right? I I
Yeah.
dye it, I do all these things, and I'm like, well,
I get this is Sid explains her beauty routine. So my hair, I have to dry it. I'm like, oh, what is that your secret?
well, okay, well that's the thing. So now I'm like, for the past year or whatever, however long, I was like, no, I'm gonna give my hair a rest. So I've
Mhm.
been like air drying it and just letting it dry. I've
Yeah.
been like
Yeah.
not well. I straighten it sometimes. Like for this special event, I straightened
Mhm.
my former bangs or whatever, so they're a
Yeah.
little straight. But the rest was just like air dried. I use fancy shampoo and conditioner. I'm like, I found one
Yeah.
that I really like, and
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna invest. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna invest
Yeah.
in my hair. But the
Yeah.
problem
Yeah.
with not dyeing it is you're like, I am getting grays, right? Ah.
Yeah, no, I have really intense grays around my temples.
Yeah, same.
So
I don't know if you can probably see it even.
yeah, I can, yeah.
It's not just gray. It's like bleach. You know.
That's
Like
the
these
thing. Like,
bleached
if you have short hair and you have gray around your temples, you look distinguished. But if you have long hair and you have gray around your temples, it sort of looks bedraggled.
Yeah.
But it does look good if you've got a little gray wisp like that. So hopefully I'll get that one day. Okay. Punkus Bamboo thought my nails were painted and said it was a good look.
Oh, that's cool.
I have had painted nails in these before, but I don't think you could see them.
Hmm. Yeah, it's interesting because my sister, aka Belbruitus, she's really into
How does she
like,
feel about that?
about what?
That you've named her Bell Bruitus
She loves
against her
it.
will.
No, she loves
Right.
it. She's like, it's cool, it's cool. No, she's super chill. She's super cool.
You
I
are
love her.
related, so she's probably got the same gremlin genes.
No! Oh my god, no,
No?
I think it was like, you know, when something, like, because we're 50% same, right? Because we're sisters. So, like, how the genes are, I think.
You don't get exactly half the genes, though.
Well, we did, because I got but the way it divided is I got the 100% of gremlin genes, and she got the 100% of beauty genes. Because she's like, she does makeup, like, she can do makeup professionally now. She's been doing it since she was like 10. She's 20 now, and she can like, it's amazing. I can't. I'm like, wow.
Okay. Yeah.
She does hair. She's the one that actually cut my hair. She does bangs.
Right.
And she's just like learns it on YouTube, and she kind of practices here and there on like on people and herself and stuff. Like not now again, pandemic, but like you know back in the day,
Yeah.
she learned how to do
Yeah.
nails. But you know,
Yeah.
with the gels, she actually like takes gels and create nails. Like not the one you glue on. You
Yeah.
create the freaking. And I'm like,
No, I know how to do that.
what? That's amazing.
Because hang on, like we talked about this last time, like the principles of tabletop miniature like sculpting and painting and everything, and the principles of nail art are basically the same.
Ah, that's amazing.
And I actually own, like, consequently, I own a fuck ton of nail art stuff because it's a really good source of like little tiny flowers and little tiny like crystals and things that I use in stuff. And yeah, like it's a thing that we've talked. I think I mentioned this before, but there's like this weird reverse pink tax thing going on with like nail art stuff, where literally the same materials will be resold with a different name as like a quote unquote masculine product at a massive markup.
Really?
So like you will get these like little plastic acrylic gemstones, like you know those ones that like you use them in like nail art and jewelry and stuff. You will see those literally the exact same ones, and they hi Vocozone, they then just put them in a different bag and call them Alien World crystals, and sell them at like hobby stores, and they're 5 times as expensive.
Oh, that's like smart.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Horothiocate, it's like it's the opposite of the girl versions being twice the price. Yeah, it's like it's reverse pink tax. It's the one time that happens.
Oh, interesting.
And also there's like really serious making like guys who make model cars, who make these like model Ferraris and stuff, and they secretly use nail polish to paint them because it has a really good finish, but they won't admit it in public because they think it makes them seem gay.
Aww.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So we're teaching people some tricks on like how to save money and still implement
this
a good
whole,
product.
like,
Yeah.
The reason all these are painted weirdly and like half painted and like they're also different shades is because I was actually experimenting with how to get an iridescent finish using like different ratios of like iridescent nail polish and like different mediums and stuff because I want to do an iridescent Warhammer thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So I was up all night just mixing different combinations and seeing. And like nail polish is actually really hard to use on miniatures because it's very thick. So like if you use it on like a car, it's fine because the car is like bits of big like flat areas. If you use it on a model, it'll just like gets in the gaps. So I'm trying to like figure out ways to thin it out and stuff like that. So
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, like that happened because
Yes.
we had like we did the iHunt thing. We had mentioned like tabletop stuff, and there was some discussion in the chat about like you should do a Warhammer thing, like as in Warhammer the brand. You should do something like that because I had miniatures, but they weren't Warhammer ones. It was like a mixture of like Mantic and Reaper and like Confrontation and stuff like that. We're not doing Fatal. Oh god.
I don't
and
know
like
about
combine. Yeah. And I used them in other systems. And it was like, yeah, but Warhammer is the big one. You should do Warhammer. So when I got the last set of the last patron payout, I actually went to a Games Workshop and bought some actual real deal Warhammer stuff. So I will see about doing maybe a Kill Team game because Kill Team's the one where you only use like half a dozen of them. So that's not going to be a huge investment for me. Hey, Michaela, you missed us talking about nail polish.
Yeah, we're missing a whole lot of comments.
She's gonna have a lot to say.
Yeah.
But because that was when we only needed like half a dozen, so that's not a massive investment money wise. So I might do something like that.
Yeah, we missed a few comments actually. Sorry about that. Somebody said that like this is the first time they're seeing us and we look exactly like they imagined. Thank you. Someone else said we look lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone's boyfriend, who shall rename nameless, said, "Did you turn off the hair straightener, or should I expect a fire in the bathroom?" You know what? Whenever my boyfriend bullies
Thank
me
you,
now,
Bam.
I go, "Oh, I see you graduated from the Richie Bully University." He's like, "Yeah." Yeah, thanks for all the comments, everyone. Sorry, like the chat weren't paying attention. Sorry about that. Welcome. Glad to see y'all here.
Oh, Michaela, you missed the cat as well. She walked behind me, but she's wandered off now. Herald of Oblivion wants to know if we think Goku or Superman would win in a fight.
No. One Punch Man would, like, beat them both. So. The real question is, who would win? Tsuna or One Punch Man? Because technically, One Punch Man is supposed to be like the most powerful ever and he kills everyone with one punch. But Reborn is magic. Okay? So you're fighting like One Punch magic versus Reborn magic. So I think that's the real question. Can we do a podcast like those videos, you know, who would win? Blah, blah, blah. Velocity, gravity, weight.
Who would win velocity or gravity?
No, like, you know those videos when they're trying to figure out if, like Goku versus Superman and they compare, like, oh, like, he flies at that speed, and boom. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked down at my Discord notifications, and someone has just messaged me with, in quotation marks, One Punch Man versus Reborn. Oh.
Thank you.
Ugh. You know, in one of the Mortal Kombat games, they put Superman in it as a character, and they tried
Like
to explain,
recent,
like,
right?
yeah, and they tried to explain it by saying when Superman's in the magical realm, he's weak to magic, so he doesn't automatically win every fight. Okay, Vocazone, good question. How will we feel if Elden Ring is announced at the Game Awards?
Okay.
No, how will we feel if there's a release date finalized?
Well, it's good.
It's good.
It's good. Like, I mean, it's gonna come out one day, whether this year, next year, in 10 years, like, it's gonna come out.
Yeah. Well,
So-
okay. There's a lot of Elden Ring stuff in the chat, so like I'll
Yeah.
reiterate what I know. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what I do know. It's not like my uncle works at From. It's like this is like.
Wait, I'm a Loracle. I'm sorry, let me interrupt you. I predicted that it's gonna come out 2021 or 2022, March. I forget which one. But yeah, so it's gonna be out soon, don't worry. Go on,
Okay.
Richie.
So the reason that Elden Ring got its like release trailer and then nothing is because Elden Ring was supposed to come out this year. It was supposed to follow the pattern that they all did, where they like there's the trailer at the end of the previous year, then we see gameplay, then it launches in like Q1. So what happened was like, and again, that is why like if you look at the Elden Ring trailer, it's got the PS4 logo on it. Because it was supposed to come out as like an end of system thing for PS4, like this generation. So what happened was it was delayed, as is From's usual thing, but also like COVID caused a whole lot of delays as well. So they basically just like pushed it back. So it's not like this is the announcement and it's going to be in development for 5 years, like The Last Guardian or something. Like it's there. It's just like it was supposed to be out by now and it was delayed. So like don't stress. Like it's not going to be teased forever.
Yeah, I also predicted it. Like I predict a Demon Souls remake, so don't stress. And I'm not like not that I'm not hyped for it or excited for it. It's just like I have things to do. So if they release it too soon, it's like I can't do all those things at once. Like we have podcasts planned already. We have to do streams.
You mean Reborn?
Work. Reborn might get delayed.
Okay,
The real issue is Reborn might get delayed again. Reborn Season 2 reaction delayed.
Yep.
So like that's what I'm kind of that's where my head is at in terms of like globally. So it's like I hope it comes out because everybody seems to like want it and like makes people happy. So I hope it comes out soon.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I also want to try Cyberpunk 20 whatever, and it's just like I also want to finish Demon Souls remake. Also, we're gonna record another tabletop RPG with Philomena, so we'll have to edit that. Also, you have to edit Bloodborne 3, and we have to record 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just like,
So someone asking how much influence do we think George R.R. Martin had on Elden Ring? And like, again, this is something that we can basically get confirmation on because there was an interview with George R.R. Martin like over a year ago, I think almost 2 years ago, where he was talking and he basically said like, they said, what are you doing outside of Song of Ice and Fire? And he said, I just finished consulting on a video game out of Japan. Those were his words. He was consulting on a game out of Japan, and he's finished. So from what we have seen, and like combining that with like other statements and interviews, basically George R.R. Martin did the world building. He like set up the history of the world and like who everything was and how everything worked and all this other stuff, and then gave that to From. And then From like Miyazaki and co have designed the game and designed like the story that you're actually playing through, but the world is a George R.R. Martin world, so it's that basically.
Thank you, Richie.
Yeah.
So a while back, my boss said that on Friday we can like as sort of like lift morale. She's like, "Why don't we dress like funny or something? Like do something fun."
Hmm. Hmm.
And like she said it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Um, and I remembered it today.
Yeah.
And so I wore this hat to the Zoom meeting.
Oh, it's Crumb.
Do you know him?
Yeah, it's from Our Real Monsters.
Yeah, nobody at the meeting knew him. It's hard to wear
Oh,
with
that's
headphones.
appalling. That's
Yeah,
appalling.
I know. I had to
I wear
explain
these
it.
normally.
It's true, you do.
Yeah, no one has to tell me to.
Awesome. Yeah, and at some point, someone at the meeting noticed, like, oh, like he has hair. I'm like, nah, it's his armpit hair.
Yeah, I had a Crumb figure and it had real, like, armpit hair.
Yeah.
And then my brother ripped it out and I'm like, ugh.
No. Sucks.
Yeah. I've taught classes wearing these, by the
Oh,
way.
yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Went down pretty well.
Nice. Oh, I think somebody...
Looking fire, guys.
Oh!
Thank you, Kabinski.
Yeah! Thank you, Kapinski.
Okay, thank you, Michaela. I will.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, if anybody's interested in more horrible content than the first part of the stream, it's available on the lowest of tiers on Patreon.
Yeah, this is the second
Yeah.
part two. This is the questions we didn't have time to get to, which we still haven't gotten to.
No.
Like half an hour after we started, so we should.
Yeah. You have the
Okay.
text.
Yes, I do. So, okay. Okay, so we're starting with one of Rorik's questions, which is, how do you feel about horror movies / books? What is your favorite? Were you ever frightened of anything like a book or a movie or anything as a child?
If we're talking about horror movies, we're not gonna finish this AMA.
That's what I thought
because
immediately. Yeah.
I love horror movies. As a child, okay, because, okay, back in the Union, and I didn't know this existed until I came to Canada. Back in the Union, we don't have, like, oh, this movie is not suitable for children. Like, oh, GPG, blah, 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 blah. So basically, you just get your bootleg VHS and watch it with your family. And my parents seem to like scary movies, so I've been watching, like, scary movies ever since I was born. Like, apparently my dad, when I was little, he's like, was it Alien? I think it was Alien. He's like, I was watching Alien, and I was like a baby or something. He's like, I was too scared, so I took you, and you were like a toddler, and we were like lying in bed together watching Alien because I was too scared to watch it alone. So ever since I was born, as a little toddler, just like, yes.
Listen. Okay, so when I was like 11, 12, so like I think about the time you would have left the Union, we had Kenner, the toy company. They released all of these like Alien action figures, and they were really cool. And I actually still have quite a few of them. And it was just like there were all these weird ones. It's like, here's an alien that's also a scorpion, and here's an alien that's like a rhinoceros. And I was like, this is cool as an 11-year-old, and I really wanted to watch them, and my parents wouldn't let me. They said they were too violent and too scary.
Not my parents. Oh. Yeah, so I would just watch, like, everything. I really liked scary movies, and they, like, American scary movies didn't scare me. And I guess in the 70s, 80s, maybe they weren't really scary. Like, Freddy is not scary. It's like, not, I don't know. Like, I also liked action movies. I watched a lot of those. I like those a lot.
Yeah.
The first thing that terrified me in life, was actually when I was about 15, 16, you know, and we had
That's pretty late to be terrified.
Oh, that was terrifying. Okay, so you know about the internet?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, so when I was that age, we already had the internet and, like, computer, and I would, like, search stuff, and you could, like, download movies, right?
Right.
And, like, I heard of this movie called, like, The Ring or something. that was really
Oh,
scary.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was, right? I'm like, oh, okay, I'll
Right.
Google it.
Yeah.
And I found the movie, but it had a typo because it has a U at the end. So I'm like, oh, whoever uploaded it made a typo, but that's okay. So I downloaded it. And I sat down and it was like night and I started watching it. Now, the thing with me is like, I've never, like, I don't think before that I've never seen like an stage and scary movie, right? So it was a whole novel, completely like not what I expected. And as I'm watching the movie, because this whole like how they're doing everything and all the acts and everything is so new to me. I'm like, so is this a movie about like a serial killer that goes to people's houses and just kills them? That's what I was like imagining. It's almost I blocked out everything else that was happening. I'm like, okay, so serial killer, you watch the tape and serial killer comes to your house and kills you. This is very interesting. This is cool. And then it's like, oh, actually, okay, spoilers for the Japanese Ring. So sorry, don't listen. These are spoilers. Warning. Okay, enough warning. Okay, so then it got at some point where it's like, oh, it looks like ghosts are involved or something, and I was still a little confused. But there was a lot of like weird, like unsettling imagery, you know, like things are just like, I'm not expecting this. This is not how it's. Where's the slasher with the funny blood and like. And at some point, so they, you know how they find the girl in the well, and it's like, oh, the girl, like, we gotta save her, and they find the body, and like, the curse is lifted, and it's like, wow, this was a really, like, really good, like, Japanese scary movie, and it's a good thing. I should look up more, because I had no idea. And I remember this moment to this day, because in the movie, like, every day, whenever a day starts, they'd have, like, Monday, Tuesday, you know, because you've got 7 days, Wednesday. So it was, like, 6th day, whatever it was, like, Sunday. And then they find the girl in the well and it's over and I'm like, oh, this was such a good movie. Like, this was, like, it was heartwarming. But then the movie didn't stop. And it's like Sunday and I'm like, no. I was like, no. What? I was bewildered. I was terrified. I'm like, no. I was there. I was like, it stopped. No, they stopped the curse. What's happening? I was like, it was just, I still remember. It was such a shock. And then the movie kept going. And then, okay, the professor was doing his equations, and all of a sudden his TV turns on. And I was like, what's happening? Oh, the killer, I guess the serial killer's gonna get him? And then the girl in the well appears, and I'm like, what is happening? I'm so confused. And then she crawls toward the TV, and I'm still in denial about what's about to happen. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is a mystery movie that ends there. She crawls out of the TV, Richie! She literally crawls out of the television!
Yeah.
And then she stands up, and she has her hair and the eye, and I was like...
I'm just fixing my my imitation mink fur blanket going.
Yeah, I was just... I was like, I had to look around my room. Like, I had heart palpitations. I had like, I could not deal with it. And then when the girl figured out, it's like, oh crap, I gotta copy the tape and give it to someone else. I was like, oh my god, no. I was so, okay, then there's the second part to the story. So that was over. The movie's over. And I was like so shocked. I'm in my dark room. I don't turn off my computer. I just lie in my bed. And I just stare at the ceiling, right? And I'm like... I don't know what just happened. And I guess I was in that, like, state for 10 minutes, because do you know what I hear? On my computer, I hear, like, and in my head, like, the noises I hear, I'm like, this is the noise I just heard in the movie. And I'm like, oh my god, she's here to kill me. Like, I can't describe the terror that I felt. Like, I think my heart stopped. Head to toe when you feel like you couldn't move, you're in bed, you can't move, you hear the coming from your computer, and I'm like, this is how I die.
Hey, Sin.
Yeah. Thank you. That actually... Do you know what it was? Do you know what was making the noises? Okay, so I'm like, no, you have to, like, look at what's happening. Like, you gotta face whatever's behind you. So, like, really quickly, I get out of my bed, I face the computer, I'm, like, ready to fight. Do you remember?
Fight?
I don't know what's there. I don't know who,
You're
like...
gonna punch out Starco.
Yes! So, and what I saw was, like, do you remember, I don't know if you ever had this in a Windows. There was a one specific screensaver where they had little astronauts flying around, and the screensaver made a stupid sound. Did you have that? I almost threw the computer out the window. I was like, you gave me a fucking heart attack. So, that was my like first experience with an East Asian scary movie. And then when I realized that this genre of movies exist, I'm like, I gotta see more. And so then I saw like The Grudge, and then I saw like a bunch of things, whatever I could like get my hands on. Then I got into like the works of Takashi Miike. I really like those. And,
Yeah, someone asked about Audition in the chat, and I said you already loved Audition.
I love it. I have the DVD. I actually bought it from like I watched it, but then I bought it from like a video store that was closing. It actually has commentary on it. It's funny.
Yeah.
I read the book. I also read like a book about Takashi Miike. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I had a weird experience with Blair Witch, where I saw it in theaters when it came out and didn't find it scary at all.
Mm-hmm.
But then, a really long time later, I watched it on my laptop. And I found that really scary, I think, because it was smaller, so it did actually seem like I was watching, like, actual footage that I'd found somewhere, as opposed to, like, if it's being shown on a movie screen, it's clearly a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's all.
Cool.
Okay, so questions.
Yes.
That was one question. It's now an hour after we started.
Oh, wait. We gotta look at the chat. Oh, yeah, I see she loves Audition already. Spoilers for Ringo. Yes. Oh, somebody's asking, do you have any desk management tips?
Well, I mean, I hang on, I can show you. I just have a just a flat pack like 3 by 2 cube thing that's just on the back of the desk, and I just put everything in that, and then my man-child things are on top of it. So that's my desk management.
Do you want to see my desk?
Also, I just have like that's empty, and then that's the mic. Those are some Christmas baubles that I got from the supermarket. Because I really hate like the Christmas aesthetic. I don't like the reds and greens because it just is Blair to me. But for some reason, the supermarket here has decided that just this year, because I've never seen them do it before, the dominant Christmas color is going to be iridescent pink and blue, and I don't know why, but alright, I'm down. So I've been buying Christmas decorations.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
Also, it's 420!
Whoop, whoop. That's when Sadako comes and kills you.
I look a bit like Sadako because my hair is still wet.
Yeah? Oh no! It was Richie all along. Yeah, perfect. Sadako aesthetic.
Yeah, what level of Yurei am I currently on?
Level of what?
It's okay. Oh, Eden has the same sunglasses as me.
Oh my god, that's amazing!
Yeah.
Twins! Also, hi Eden! Okay, I'll show you my desk. I haven't shown my desk before. This is exciting. Okay, so... let me tidy it up. Okay. So how I like to organize my things is that like things that you utilize have to be in the open space so you can grab them, whereas things that you use less like are in the drawers, and things that you're like I use it once a year, I put it like I stock it in the closet, so it's like okay. So I don't know if I can. Yeah. Okay.
This is exciting because I've never seen this before either.
You haven't seen this before?
No,
okay,
no.
Let me just put you. Okay, you can see here. Can I? Okay. So, okay. let me move this so I can see what I'm actually showing. Okay. So this is my desk. Okay.
Wow.
So here is my basket. This is my work notebook. That's why I have it out. So I can write my notes here. And this is my pencil that I use to write stuff in my work notebook.
Mm-hmm.
These are my Fallout sunglasses. I sometimes wear them for fun.
Yeah.
This is a PS5 controller.
Mm-hmm.
This is a charger, because also to charge my phone. This, I found it on the floor. It's a nail. Oops. I should put it away somewhere.
Is it a lucky nail, or do you just have a nail?
I think, I don't know, it's part of something. I should really see what it's part of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a, because I don't know, I'm not always necessarily confident using pens, because you can't erase, like if you don't trace nicely. So this is another pencil that I also use. This is my eraser that I use to erase stuff. Okay, so then here, where is it? I dried some leaves. I like to dry things sometimes, and I put it here. But I need to put it in the other
So
room.
when you were eating the bacon and I said, "Is that a leaf?" It wasn't a dumb question.
No, not necessarily.
Wow.
Okay, this is an old MacBook. It's been through a lot, so, and it still works. It's the one that I accidentally dropped some coffee on a few years ago, and then at some point it exploded. But my boyfriend, who's really good at these things, he fixed it, and I don't know, we'll just keep it, I guess, because it's been through a lot. These are my coasters. It's Fallout and also Fallout. Okay, whoops, what did I do? Okay, this thing normally would be in a drawer, but it doesn't fit in these drawers. So I put it here, and I hope it kind of fits in, so it doesn't bother me too much. Okay, this is where you put the keyboard. This is a mouse. This is a phone. This is the control for my TV, for the screen.
Yeah.
Then I have the drawers. The drawers are a little messier because I still need to figure out an order, basically. But, like, you know how, like, the wires that I don't use but I know they're here are in this one? And the stuff that I, like, use, you see?
Yeah.
Is, like, here. But I still need to go through this and find a better way to organize it.
Yeah.
I'm
just gonna turn my desk's rainbow mode on.
Okay. This is Liberty Pram.
Okay, so I also can do this. It looks a lot better when it's dark, but basically, actually, I'll turn this off at the point. Sure. Yeah, basically, I can make all the cubes glow different colors.
Oh yeah, you showed this to me before. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Very, very cool.
Yeah, these are all just night lights I got from the hardware store. Yeah, anyway. Vocazone asked if I wanted to, like, keep the room this way. And, like, as I am trying to get out of, like, this place right now. It's, like, I thought I would have left by now, but COVID complicated everything. So, basically, it is very crowded and cramped in here because it's everything that I have is in one little space. Yeah. Like, there's literally, like, there's stuff stacked under the bed. There's, like, there's no space. So, when I'm out of here, I will, like, hopefully have a little more room to mess around with. I'm getting out of the room or the building. I'm trying to get out of the building because this is my parents' house where I had to move back to because I ran out of money, and then I started getting work again, but then COVID happened, so I couldn't leave. So this is my little oasis.
It's nice though, and we have a special guest.
Is it Corvo?
Yeah. Okay. Special guest doesn't want to be on camera. That's fine.
Was either going to be Corvo or your boyfriend?
Yeah, it's Corvo.
And your boyfriend doesn't like being. Your boyfriend doesn't like being on camera.
Oh, he's shy.
I've seen him. Danny asks what we think the odds of getting the PS5 Bloodborne HD remake will be.
100%, perhaps a remaster in
Well, see,
2025.
the thing about the PS5 is it is backwards compatible with the PS4.
Oh,
So they wouldn't.
sorry,
To see a
Richie.
cat.
Marty just donated $5, which is like
Yeah.
$1,000, to see the
true.
cat. So I can point my camera at Corvo.
Okay.
Here's Corvo. Corvo, hi. Oh, he's so cute.
Aww.
He's such a cutie. Oh, I love you. Oh, so cute. Look at how cute. Corvo, do you want to look here? Corvo, hi. Do you want to look here? Ah! No. Corvo, do you want to look? Look. Hi. Look at my hand. No? No reaction? I don't know how to get your attention. Oh, there we are.
Aw.
Anyway, I don't speak cat. I'm sorry. Richie can speak to animals.
Does Corvo get frustrated and try to talk to you?
No.
Because Ingrid will go up to me and just go like,
No, because
like that. Like it's like,
no, he's very independent.
listen. I want to speak to your manager.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there was the question about the Bloodborne PS5 thing that like everyone talks about all the time. So the PS5 is totally backwards compatible with the PS4. And something that From are doing is that they're releasing patches for Dark Souls, Sekiro, and I think Dark Souls 3 that makes them run like they're just like performance patches that make them run better on PS5 if you put the disc in the PS5 basically. So there's none announced for Bloodborne. But like considering Bloodborne is like a big deal for Sony, it was like the system seller
Yes,
for
the
a while.
resistance.
People were calling the PS4 the Bloodborne machine for like a long time. I don't imagine they wouldn't do something like that at some point, but like I don't think they would actually do like a serious like remaster as much as them just doing a patch that makes it run at 60 FPS and fixes lighting and fixes some of the pop in, because like Lance did that on his own from his house for no money. So I'm pretty sure like Sony could figure something out.
I think they'll do a reimagining though.
Yeah, do you?
Maybe not. Okay, by 2025 we'll have something, a patch, whatever, PS5 remaster. By 2030 we'll have a reimagined. Have I ever been wrong about anything?
What?
Have I ever been wrong about anything, Richie? No.
No, I can't think of anything. No.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's quite all right.
So about scary movies, what scary movies do you like?
I think we should move on to the next question because we've literally done one question in an
I
hour.
love scary movies. Do you
Oh,
have
God.
to go? Wait, because you have to go, so just let us know when you gotta go,
I don't-
and then
I
we do
don't
part
have to-
3. There isn't a limit on the number of AMAs you can do.
Well, I'll stick around for like another half an hour, maybe
Okay.
45 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. So, scary movies. I don't even know.
Okay, do you have like
Yeah.
do you like American ones, like Russian ones? I don't know, Australian ones.
No, I brought this. Hang on, I can move my camera again. I brought this up before, but like I have a whole wall of basically just like those are bootleg DVDs I got from Chinatown in Melbourne, and a lot of those are horror movies, but they're I don't know what you would describe them as. Things like what's his Nishimura, the guy who does like Tokyo Gore Police and Monster Girl Squad and stuff, where like I guess it's horror because it's like bodies sort of like transforming and some like
I got
weird
What's your favorite scary movie?
like it's like technically body horror, but it's also like it's really over the top sort of action stuff. So
Cool.
like yeah, I don't know if that counts, or like Tetsuo, like They're very much in the tradition of, I think, Tetsuo the Iron Man, which you've seen.
No, I want to see it.
No? Oh, yeah, okay, so, like, they're kind of in that tradition where it's just, like, it's a horror movie, but it's really fast and frenetic and over the top, and it's not really scary, it's just, like, this weird meditation on what if my body swelled up in weird ways and, like, wires grew out of me and I could turn one of my arms into a sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Yoshihiro Nishimura. That's his name. That took a while. Yeah. People in the chat know Tokyo Gore Police. Yeah, it's like I have a bunch of shit like that, basically.
Cool. By the way, thank you, Marty, for having my back. Appreciate it. Okay, let's scroll up and see what other chats we missed.
No, but we have other questions.
But what are you?
Document.
Oh, are you gonna ignore people who are live here?
People want to see Ingrid. She's at the back there.
Okay, yeah.
Basically, my the table there goes all the way out to a window. So there's an open window over there, and just Ingrid and also another cat who is feral but likes me. They just pop in through the window and they come round, and there's like a cat bowl around about there that they snack out of. There she is.
It's very cute.
She's not in a good mood. She's like,
no.
Release me, human! Delete me! Put me down!
Oh my god, Marionette remembered something pre-Snap Covenant, pre-Richie.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Long ago promised video on Gwyn. Yes.
Well, it's pre-me. It's balls in your court.
Well,
sis.
I had a lot of ideas for a lot of solo lore I wanted to do, and then Richie came on board, and now.
Yeah. Marty asking, like...
Richie, the wet nurse video that I did pre-Richie has like 95k views now or something.
Yeah.
So this is what the channel could have been. Thanks, Richie.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
hey, Michaela, I'll bring Ingrid up again. Here she is. Ingrid is, like, very, very old. She's, like, almost 16, I think. Yeah. So she's just she's tired and grumpy and wants to be left alone.
Oh.
So I'll just let her go to sleep here. Someone's saying, like, isn't Australia basically a horror movie? And, like, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't have any spiders here, though. By which I mean presently. Like, I've shown Sin and she freaks out. But, like, I will have spiders the size of my hand just, like, chilling in the corner. Did I name her Ingrid? No. Ingrid is the cat that belongs to the people next door. And they have 2 cats and 2 dogs. And she hates all of them. And as soon as they moved in, she just bolted over here. And when I came back, she just adopted me as, like, you're my new best friend. And she just wouldn't leave. And I kept taking her back. I would take her back there and I'd say, hey, like, Ingrid's been, like, hanging around the front yard for 3 days now. Like, I don't know what you want to do about this. And in the end, they were just like, oh, just fine. Just, like, she can just live with you. It doesn't matter because, you know, she doesn't like us very much. And they were telling me about how, like, they couldn't move her when they were moving house because they would try to get her inside and she just hide at the end of the garden, and they basically had to run and, like, catch her and drag her inside when they were moving, so she does not. She'll sit outside and she'll look over the fence at them, and if they come out the door, she hides. She goes like...
Oh.
So, yeah, basically, she's not technically my cat, but she just lives with me all the time, and, like, it's fine. They don't care.
Yeah. Sorry, there was a comment, because I think whenever someone donates, the comment is read out, but I didn't want to interrupt you. But then the computer started talking, and I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'll say nothing. So,
okay.
So yeah, Ollie donated $5. Thank you, Ollie.
Thank you, Ollie.
It's for nails and leaves. Also, no movie will ever be as terrifying as the Enigma of Amigara Fault. Let me Google that.
That's a Junji Ito comic.
Oh, I see. We need to cover that too.
All right. Someone asking, are outdoor cats really bad in Australia? Like, they are very, very bad. But Ingrid is incapable of doing anything.
Aw.
Like she is very old. She sleeps all day, and one of her ankles doesn't work.
Aw.
So, and she's fine. She just has like a sort of, she can't really run. She has like a slight sort of like limp on one ankle, and like she's not a danger to anything. The other feral is like, it sounds like I guess I am just like projecting, but I've never seen him even attempt to hurt another animal because I feed him.
Aw.
And I think the fact that I feed him, he just comes in when he's hungry, he eats, and then he like scurries off again and goes to sleep.
That's
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool.
Oh, okay. Vocazone, yeah. The George R. R. Martin interview, I'll look for it. I cannot remember where it was. I think it was actually on Reset Era. Like, they linked to it.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, no, Michaela's cat has 3 legs, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
The cutest.
But yeah, like, around where I am, there's actually a lot of, there's a lot of water rats that are a native species that people get really worried about cats hurting.
No.
But, yeah, like, Ingrid is completely incapable of she's, like, useless. She can't really do anything. And the other one is just, like to give an example of what I mean, like, I used to feed them outside, and there would be, like, the feral cat and there was a lark that has a damaged foot. And it can't run. And they would be sitting next to each other at the bowl and not noticing each other and not, like, hurting anyone. So I'm just, like, I'm fairly confident he's not a big problem.
Okay.
Anyway, that's my defense of a feral cat that's probably completely off picture, off base. He's probably murdering kangaroos or something. Anyway, back to the questions.
Yeah, Corvo was trying to eat my headphones, so I had to like hide them from him. And I put them
Back to the questions.
Does anybody... Okay, last chance, live and chat. Does anybody have any more questions before we move on to the text questions in the document that was pre-made? Oh, I have an idea. Because we like voting through it, thumbs up and thumbs down.
No, you like doing that.
Thank you. So, if you, because we haven't really done anything like this, I don't think, before. So if you like this type of stuff or would like us to do more, give thumbs up. If you're like, no, this is not good, this is not for me, give us thumb down.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, when are we?
Yeah.
When's the cutoff point for questions in the chat? Because I think
well, are there more questions now? Sorry, I can't pat Corvo, look at the chat, and make sure Corvo doesn't need my headphones at the same time.
Yeah.
Can you look at the chat?
Okay.
Would you? Corvo,
Okay,
don't eat my leaf. It's no good for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Which Dark Souls would win Mario Kart?
Here you go, my love.
Which Dark Souls would win Mario Kart?
Like, the games are driving? Like the CD? Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3? Or...
3 is the fastest, so I guess 3.
Okay. Yes.
But 2 has the most items. So it would probably lag behind and then get the lightning bolt at the very end.
I have no idea.
Jonathan Aviles, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, says, such a pleasure to spend some time with you. You've been a huge part of my life. Thank you very much.
Aww.
Eden asks who my Dark Souls fashion idol is. Sin, who do you think it is?
I know, it's, why am I having an aneurysm? Executioner Girl. Merelda!
Oh, Merelda!
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, it's Merelda.
Who did you seem not convinced. Who are you thinking?
I know, I was asking you.
Oh, no, it's Merelda.
Okay, it's Merelda.
Because also, fun fact, the what do you call it? The set that you're wearing in our animation is...
Yeah.
Can you guess who my fashion icon is? In Bloodborne or whatever?
Yol? The Chapel Dweller. Because you're like hunched over with a hood on right now.
Okay, but that's a good point. But I was thinking of someone else.
I sign on, you're like, oh, the smell of the incense must have masked his scent.
Okay. In terms of maybe at home when you're like cozying up, yeah, but I'm talking about like, I guess I was thinking more like work. Who do I dress like when I go to work?
Gascoigne.
Yes! Oh!
Yes.
That's so cool. Yeah, Richie knows me.
Okay. Well, that was the beginning of like the gremlin phase of the relationship, which is you were saying, I love scarves. Guess what color my scarf is? Guess what color my scarf is? And for like 20 minutes of like, is it red? No! Is it yellow?
Wait,
no!
Richie! Don't spoil the
Is it-
punchline! I'm gonna link that video. It's the Tarkus video. I remember. Yeah, okay, wait. This is this is the first time we heard Richie laugh live.
Yeah. Spoilers.
No.
There is no scarf. It was a trick.
It wasn't a trick. You misremember it. Richie is misremembering it yet again. Wait, let me find it. Tarkus. Yeah, cause yeah. Okay, so this is the video we're talking about. Save it for later. And this was recorded on February 5th, 2018, so we've been recording for 2 months?
Almost 3 years.
No, but back when that was recorded.
Oh, yeah, we started in, like...
December 2017.
December of 2017, so...
like, a couple of months.
Yeah. There was that period of you seeing how far you could push me before I left, and the answer was I wouldn't leave, and then that just set you off.
Low.
Okay, so, other questions. Bloodborne PC port, never. This is another thing I can kind of answer. So, this is from people who know. The Bloodborne PC port is something they are trying to make happen. Like, officially. They're trying to port Bloodborne to PC, but there's just, like... From what I understand... I know that for certain. The exact reason it's taking so long... I am led to believe, but I don't know for certain, that it's something to do with, like, Bloodborne uses a bunch of proprietary PS4 code that makes it hard. You can't just, like, dump it like you kind of could with the Dark Souls games, because they were designed to be multi-platform. Bloodborne has a bunch of proprietary PS4 code in it. If you've seen Lance's videos, where he patches it, like, he shows off, yeah, parts of this I can just grab Dark Souls 3 commands and like Dark Souls 3 code and stick it in Bloodborne and it works fine. But then like other parts of it won't work because like some parts are locked to like parts of the console. So like blood splatters will look wrong. The shadows are wrong. Like weapon durability I think is off because it's like it's locked to the PS4. So that, from what I understand, is the problem, but they do actually officially want to port it to PS4 like they did with port it to PC, like they did with Horizon. That's my understanding.
I don't know, my Loracle power is telling me that Bloodborne may never come to PC, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, thank you, Michaela's going, bye-bye.
Thanks, Michaela, thank you for coming.
Bye. Yeah.
Maybe this is the first time my Loracle power is wrong. Hopefully it is, because more people should enjoy Bloodborne. I like how you'd like to move on. You'd like to move on, but no. Hopefully it is on PC,
I said I would go at
should
like
enjoy
around 5.
Bloodborne.
That gives me a 10-minute window after 5.
I don't know what time
So we
it
have
is.
25 minutes, or 24 minutes.
Okay, but we can
24
do
minutes
this again. Why is Richie always under the impression? Is this the last time we're recording? Is there something you're not telling me? Thank you. But there any more questions in the chat?
Stephen called me a bully.
Thank you, Steven.
Stephen there chilling on the right side of history.
Thanks, Steven.
Okay.
When will there be more Winnie Pooh lore? Unfortunately, Winnie Pooh only has 3 episodes.
Yeah, we did the whole series.
Yeah, the watch along is on Patreon and the analysis is on YouTube. That's it.
Yeah. It's like those, like the greatest hits of a band that only did 1 album. Okay. So, back to the questions. This is from Beautiful Bear, and it's like I say back to the questions, and it's like 80 minutes in.
Wait,
Back
is
to the
that
questions.
the long one? Okay, Tutu's question, actually, because Tutu is morning EST, we can keep, because we're not going to be done today. When I'm saying, oh my god, I'm saying something useful, Richie! Oh my god. So, Tutu is a morning EST person, so we can do this in the morning, and then answer Tutu's questions when he can actually make it to a stream. That would be logical.
He can watch this later on.
No. I'm making an executive decision. We're gonna skip Tutu's questions, and we're gonna... So what's the question after that?
Sin is obviously the taskmastress in our duo. She allows Richie to grumble as any wise slave driver would. If this weren't true, the brilliant agony of what, where, why wouldn't exist.
Is this a question, or are you just shading me?
No, this is from Sam. Sam is asking about NLP.
What's that?
Something to do with neurological research assistant.
NLP. Research. Assistant? I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Clearly not
Okay.
something I know about. I'm sorry.
We'll try to figure that. We'll answer that in the 3rd episode of
Yeah.
this 1-episode video. Okay.
There are questions in chat. Stock is asking, do either of you guys wear perfume?
Not currently.
I'm not a big perfume person. I don't know, I don't like those
Oh,
smells.
neuro-linguistic programming.
Okay. Is that a perfume? Neurolinguistic programming by Chanel, or...
It's like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah, what I like though, I like body mist. I think like that stuff smells nice. I have some.
I use scented shampoo a lot.
Yeah.
I smell a bit like fruit right now.
Oh, that's cool. Do you want to
Okay,
see the
so-
shampoo I use? Chad, if you want me to show you the shampoo that I use, press thumbs up on the video. If you don't want me to show it, press thumbs down on the video. Let's see. Let's wait.
Desert Penguin asks, what theory did Richie read on Reddit that made him stop and stare, utterly dumbstruck in his stream at a paroxysm of there are no words?
We got 2 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down. We got enough thumbs up for the shampoo. I'm gonna bring the bottles. In the meantime, you can answer.
Okay, I'll answer the question.
Yeah.
Okay. My fate. My god, Sin is a tiny little elf. Bye bye, little elf. Okay, so my the theory that made me have the strongest reaction was something we've discussed before, which was the blood tendency man. So there is a kind of infamous theory crafter guy in the Bloodborne community called Noroi Karase. And he was obsessed with, like, he sort of had in his head decoded everything, and everything was like laid. It was kind of like a beautiful mind where he's like suddenly all these like things are flashing and then connecting. And yeah, Noroi Karase is typing. That's like, I made a meme that was like it was a winter lantern and a hunter frenzying, but then the winter lantern's just got Noroi Karase is typing written above it. He's banned from a bunch of like discords because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. And basically what he would do is he would notice one thing and then never test it and never like try to confirm what it was, and he would just leap from that to, oh, I solved the mystery. So like, for example, he saw like, oh god, basically all that happened was he went to the hunter's dream, and in his mind, oh my god, she is a little elf. He went to the hunter's dream, and he believed that it was brighter than normal. And I don't know what was going on. I think literally he probably just like had been somewhere dark, so when the dream showed up, it was brighter. And he said, "Yeah, I've discovered this new mechanic called blood tendency, and what it is that every time you hear the bell in Central Yarnum, the bong bell, that makes the blood tendency rise, and that makes the sky brighter. But then if you kill an NPC or get hit by a snatcher, very specifically, it has to be a snatcher, that makes the blood tendency go down, and the sky in the Hunter's Dream gets darker."
That's beautiful.
And he extrapolated from this that this was the key to the fourth ending. And that he's like, I finally understand what Miyazaki is trying to do.
Master
And we're just
Miyazaki.
sitting there like, keep in mind this was fucking like 18 months ago.
This was
is
like
not
3
when the game
hours
first came
ago.
out. And we're sitting there like, we data mined the game. There is no fourth ending. Like, nothing that you're talking about is anywhere in the code. And he just goes, no, it's blood tendency. I'll show you. And he started streaming. And Sin was there, and I was there, and a bunch of our friends were there. And we were just sitting there, watching this guy blundering around Cathedral Ward, going, "Okay, so I just got a bell. Tendency will have gone up. It's got gonna farm some more bell sounds." So he's just running from one end of Cathedral Ward to the other. Bump, 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 and then you hear bong. Okay, we got another bell sound. And they're like, "Okay, we have enough bell sounds now. I'm gonna go back to the dream. You can see the effect that the blood tendency has had." And you go back to the dream, and it's like, so you can see now that the sky is a little brighter now that we farmed enough bell sounds. I'm gonna go back. And I'm gonna see, like, if you get hit by the snatcher, your blood tendency goes back down, so you get like a darker sky. So I'm gonna try that, and it just went on and on and on and on and on for like an hour, and everyone in the chat is just trolling him the whole time. And someone
I'm actually
started
on the
saying-
other side of the video. You have to point the other way.
Someone was like, "So is the fourth ending Ludwig killing Maria?" And the chat went wild because it was a bunch of our friends and they knew exactly what you were doing. And it was the most ridiculous waste of time. He got really angry that people were like trolling him in the chat, even though he just wasted everybody's time. And then like I actually went and checked his Reddit history, and he was part of all these, like, how to expand your mind through meditation groups, and I'm like, okay. So, eventually, and he pulled this shit in, I don't know how many people here know Tomb Prospectors, but it's, like, one of the bigger, like, Bloodborne analysis groups where they just analyze the chalices, and he was talking about how, like, he kept showing up there with equally stupid theories about, like, the truth behind like how to find tier 3 guidance runes or something. And eventually like they banned him. And I think he's now banned everywhere. But yeah, that was my favorite Bloodborne theory, was blood tendency.
Yeah.
So Sin, if you want to show off the shampoo, I'll see if I can find the blood
Okay.
tendency post because I saved it.
They're pretty costly, but if anybody knows where to get them cheap, let me know. Okay, so the shampoo is Whole Blends Honey Treasure.
It's very cute.
It's very cool, and it smells really... Smell it.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It smells nice. I love it, and like for my hair, it's really good. Like it leaves it soft, it leaves it silky. I feel like my hair in my quarantine hair reparation year, feel like it helped a lot. And the other thing I use is Whole Blends Honey Treasures, but the conditioner. Okay, smell it.
Ooh!
Okay. Yeah, it also smells very nice. And I really like this because, like, it actually, like, because my hair is different depending on how much humidity there's in the air. So like if there's
Yeah.
a lot of humidity, it gets kind of like curly or wavy, and like you can see it's pretty like it's straight now, like pretty straight now. And I only straightened this part, so
Yeah.
this is like I let it dry, and so like it dries nicely. I find, like even though there's no humidity, it's not like super flat, and I feel like it's silky and it's nice, and I really like this. So this is my combo. This is my go-to product. If you guys
Yeah.
know where to find them for like not expensive, because I find them pretty costly, but it's like, you know, gotta do what you gotta
Yeah.
do. Let me know. Thank you.
I can't find the actual post, but I found just like our initial reactions to the post. It's just like in all caps, it's all like this. He would insert little like when he's writing things, he would have like that in brackets like Noroi grins. Like he's in a fanfic or something, or like a roleplay forum from the 2000s.
Speaking of role playing, Richie, tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST, something magical is happening. So in like
Did you-
7 hours?
True progress exceeds science.
Okay, he's messing with
finding
my
random quotes
livelihood
from
there.
them.
Did you hear I made a joke? I said he's messing with my livelihood because I work in science.
Yeah.
You didn't react. Could you laugh, please?
We all know psychology is not a real science, though, because there's not enough computers involved, and there's not facts, like when physics is facts.
Thank you, Richie.
Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow, so in 7 hours, we're gonna premiere our first ever, what do you call it? Campaign?
No, campaign's more than one. It was a one-shot.
Well, okay, first ever one shot of I Hunt, which is a tabletop RPG, and it was me, you, and Philomena, and she was our dungeon master, and it was awesome. It was so good.
And tell them who Philomena is in relation to Ihan.
Well, did you ever wonder where does an RPG come from? Does it materialize
RPG
by
trees.
itself? Yeah. So
Yeah. You gotta plant them.
she planted them. She planted
Yeah.
I Hunt. Yeah. She's the creator of I Hunt. It's amazing. She's the real deal, and we had the honor of her like doing our game. It was really
did.
cool. It was really, really cool. So don't forget, in 7 hours premiere, and it's 2 hours long, 2 hours and something, and yeah, it was very
Okay.
exciting.
Okay, I found blood tendency. I found it.
Tell us, show us, link us.
You have to imagine that like this is like all the president's men. You're meeting me in a car park at night. I'm like, follow the money. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone was playing the game wrong. Well, at least for this specific story path. If you want a hint, go to the next spoiler. I'll word it in such a way that that it won't spoil like the surprise. The great ones are always watching, even if you switch characters. World Tendency from Demon Souls is back. This time, I'm going to call it Blood Tendency. It controls whether or not your world is bright or dark. For all intents and purposes, I will address it as Blood Tendency. But since all your characters share the same tendency, this is actually inaccurate. Continue for more details. Hidden throughout Yharnam are bell zones, which chime a bell. Hearing a church bell in the background slightly increases your blood tendency. But only very slightly. I had to farm them for about 10 hours, until I hit the required brightness. Now I'm gonna stop here, put a little, like, editor's note here. I think you were in a dark room for 10 hours, and that's why the screen seems brighter than normal. That's my hypothesis for this blood tendency. Now, vice versa. All you need to do to decrease blood tendency is kill NPCs. Since this is account-wide, the easiest way to achieve it is to make a character who murders everyone, delete them, and then make another one. However, this is all in capitals, however, note that going into a bell zone will increase your blood tendency again, which will negate the impact of murdering the NPCs. It's going to be really tough in Cathedral Ward. You have to kill everyone in Erden Chapel and then not hear a bell in Cathedral Ward.
Okay, that's like, wow.
Yeah. Keep in mind, he described this as rigorously tested. There are two ways to measure blood tendency. There's no UI element this time like there was in Demon's Souls. So instead you have to look at the sky, because the sky and the cosmos are one. When your blood tendency is white, the world will be bright and the moon in the hunter's dream will disappear and Gurman will start falling asleep randomly. I think Gurman's listening to this guy's theory.
Hey!
Vice versa, the darker your blood tendency is, the more apparent the moon becomes in the hunter's dream. This opens up not just one, but two new story paths. If you insist, stay in this topic, where heavy spoilers will almost certainly be posted. I love Miyazaki and his storytelling methods. I just can't believe it took us 5 years to figure out world tendency was back. Thank you, Miyazaki, you magnificent bastard. The door is open. A user was later banned. So... Okay. So that was one question. Okay, so there are two more questions I think we can do before we go. Okay. So, let's just move this up a little. Okay. So, this is from Winged Element. It's about the development of the channel. Was it an active decision to become a two-person channel, or did that evolve that way over time?
This was like the most accident that like...
Yeah, it absolutely evolved over time, because like...
Basically... This was not even supposed to happen. Stars had to align so much.
Yeah, yeah.
It was
so,
like...
Go on. For people who don't know, like, the history of, like, us pre this, I ran a Bloodborne channel that had about 20k subscribers, and Sin was one of them, and she knew me. And then I disappeared from the internet for a while, but like I was still contactable. I was on Discord and I was on Twitter and everything and Reddit. And Sin got in contact with me and said, "Can I talk to you about some stuff on my channel?" Because like there were questions I still had, and I was like, "All right."
That's not how it happened, though.
The clock thing happened.
The clock thing happened. Okay.
Okay. So the clock thing. So people might remember, if you watch my old channel, that I had a video up where this is very shortly after the Old Hunters released. I think I was the first person to do it. But I actually went through and I diagrammed the whole of the astral clock. So if you actually search, like, Bloodborne astral clock diagram, you will see a still from, like... It's like this pretty bad MS Paint thing, but, that's mine. And I posted it on Reddit. And I said, like, hey, here's...
Yeah.
Here's all the
to
roots.
Correct. So yeah, I was watching Rich's channel when he had like 3 subscribers because I was obsessed with Bloodborne lore, and I knew you made that video, but somehow I couldn't find it on your channel. Somehow I kept like, and then I was like, I guess he didn't make it. I guess it was my imagination.
Yeah.
And so I just Googled clock tower thing, and a Reddit thread popped up with somebody named Richard Pilbeam doing it. So I'm like, okay, I guess I did imagine it. GSF didn't make it, and it wasn't a video, it was just a picture I saw.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when I contacted Richard Pilbeam to be like, hey, could I like, you know, use your information in my video, because I also make lore. And Richard Pilbeam was like, sure, yeah, of course. And then, and in another Discord, in another chat, whatever, somebody was like, oh, you know, GSF made a clock, and it's really cool. And I saw this conversation between people, and I'm like, excuse me. Give credit where credit is due. GSF did not make that, although I listened to GSF, he's really good. Somebody named Richard Pilbeam made the clock. And they're like, GSF made the clock. And I'm like, Richard Pilbeam made the clock. And they're like, they're the same person. And I'm like, ah. And so then I came back to Reddit and I was like, are you GSF? I remember your reply, because there was a little hostility in your reply. When I was like, are you GSF? Your reply was, yes, dot.
Yes, that was the answer. And I've got a dot, some punctuation.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I guess, well, you know, maybe he gets a lot of messages and he doesn't want to talk. But I was like, you know what? I'll be like, oh, well, I watch a lot of your videos, and it's really like, you make really cool content, and like, I know you stopped making things, like, 'cause I was following your channel. So could I just ask you a couple of questions if it's okay, like a couple of minutes of your time, because I just don't understand some things and you explain them good. And so I asked a couple of questions and Richie answered. And then we had like a whole conversation on Reddit and it went well. And then Richie joined, and then Richie was like, "Oh, I saw you're in the recommended thing, like your videos."
Yeah.
And Richie saw one of my videos, and
Yeah.
he liked it. And then he joined
It was the Garden of Eyes one.
the
Yeah.
Garden of Ice one, yeah. And then he
Because
joined
like
the
what
Discord.
I just read out, that insane blood tendency nonsense, I was getting shit like that all the time. So when you said like, will you come and discuss stuff with me, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be this, isn't it? And like, to be fair, like we have both been dragooned into discussions that we regretted being dragooned into. But yeah, so when it was like, oh, will you do it? I was like, it's gonna be like, so what do you think Erden is? And then I watched your videos and it was the Garden of Eyes, and I was like, the Garden of Eyes is a cute little friend. And I'm like, okay, good, we're there. So then I said I'd do it with you. And this was this was just after I'd submitted my dissertation. So basically, like, dissertation committees take a really long time. So I basically had, like, anywhere between 3 to 6 months of, like, I don't know, being in limbo. So it was like, all right, I'll just hang out and talk to you because I don't know what I'm doing. And it started off as like you were just trying to get information out of me
It was
about like Lothric and stuff.
Yeah, the
it was
Queen
like an
of
interview.
Lothric. Yeah,
It was like
yeah.
the special guest is Richie. We're interviewing him.
Well, you're not
And
telling
then,
the story exactly right because you don't remember it. It's okay. But long story short is that we wanted to do like a collab, like do one video about something together, like solo lore style. And then we were like, well, why don't we just do like a interview? And we're like, okay.
Yeah.
And so it was supposed to be a one-time Queen of Lothric thing. And you talk about Lothric and the Queen. Oh, and you actually helped me. You gave me a lot of useful information on the other Lothric video I did. Like the solo one. Yeah. And then, you know, after that video was over, I was like, well, thank you. Like, thank you for your time. Would you ever be open to doing this on another topic? Like, I don't want to push. And you were like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So then we did Menses. That's now on Patreon. It's a classic that's vaulted. And then... and then we did something else. And it just kind of like... Because we got along and we clicked and we both like lore and... I'm obsessed with editing and Rich is really good at explaining things. So it was like... You know.
Yeah.
Like this, yeah.
Which is ironic because I actually have a degree in editing, but you're the one who does all the editing. Okay, so yeah, and then basically we just became friends through doing those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ollie has a question. Ollie donated another $5. Ollie, save that money for college. And would you rather fight 50 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
What weapons do I have?
What weapons do we have, Ollie?
Because I feel like a duck-sized horse is basically a small dog.
Would you rather fight 50
Wait,
duck-sized
it's
horses
reading it out loud.
or one horse-sized duck?
Sorry. Okay, yeah.
I think a duck-sized horse is basically a small dog. Whereas a horse-sized duck is like a dinosaur. So, and like duck... Do you have much time, like, do you have much contact with ducks?
Only in Demon Souls and that cauldron.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we have Australian ducks that are a bird. And I live near a lake. And literally if I see a group of ducks, I cross the street to avoid them because they're so fucking aggressive. So I think I would rather fight the duck-sized horses, because that would basically be like being attacked by a bunch of chihuahua. I could probably just kick them. Just like pick them up individually and just like yeet them.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a big thing is more dangerous than... Okay, are these wild ducks? Cause you know how they're like. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of graphic. Should I say something graphic? Okay, close your ears, everyone. I'm about to say something graphic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I think this was back in university, like in an anthropology class. I took like an intro to anthropology class. It was really neat. And
Anthropology of ducks.
no, just anthropology. It was like intro
Okay.
or something. And the prof was telling us about different things, and he was telling us how like wild dogs are really dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of wild dogs, but he was like, listen, if I have a choice between being like attacked by wild dogs or getting like a bullet to the head, like the second one, because you're gonna get eaten by those wild dogs and it's gonna be horrible. So I don't know why that stayed with me. Like, oh man, that's horrible. Like, I better stay away from wild dogs. So are those wild ducks? Because they will eat you alive. Because if they're like, you know?
Okay, but the ones that you run into in public are wild. They're not like they're not domestic. They're not on a farm. They're just flocks of ducks that are flying around.
So do they have teeth? Do ducks have teeth?
Agent Funk asks, for all the analysis on Bloodborne you guys have done, how do you feel about it now, 2 years later? Are you burned out? Do you feel differently about the story it presents? Has your opinion gotten better, worse, or stayed the same?
I feel like all our analyses helped me understand Bloodborne better, and now I can sleep at night. Because that was one of the other reasons why I was glad to talk to you and have you on, is because there's a lot of things in Bloodborne that's not necessarily explained. And you seem to be like the only person who was like online making videos that had such a deep understanding of it that you could put it together in a very cohesive picture. Not that other people didn't do a good job, it's just for me personally, the way you explained it resonated with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have more of an appreciation of it than I used to, I think. So the more I talked about this last time, but like when I started talking about Bloodborne, I was like the reason I privated those videos and like left that channel is because like I don't feel like that person very much anymore, and I don't want to like the stuff I was taught. I don't think it's not like awful, but it's very like here's a thing and here's another thing. This thing is like this thing, and it's not. It doesn't feel personal, I guess. And like what actually happened was what the best interaction I had was all the people in like the fanfic communities and stuff like that, who I became friends with, and they sort of allowed me to settle into, I think, being a bit more personal with how I engaged with stuff, because they were like, it doesn't matter. There's like the like we talked a lot about Maria another time, and like a lot of that Maria stuff's not actually in the game, but it's like, yeah. Or like there's that first I think one of the first times we talk about Gurman, I sound really annoyed. I'm like, I don't know why everyone's like, you know, it doesn't make sense because Gurman's not a tragic romantic character. But the problem is, like, I do think now, having, like, let go of, like, it's like being in a pool and, like, letting go of the side a bit. And being like, yeah, but there is a lot of stuff in there where you can say he is. So I think that's been a... My distance from, like, this is what it just says in the game, or so what it says in the game, to like, okay, there's like little hints at other things going on that you can, well, like with Maria, like a character you can read in a whole lot of different ways, and then none of them are like necessarily invalid. But yeah, yeah. My opinion of it has actually gotten better the more I've spent time with it.
Well, my opinion of you has gotten better the more I spend time talking Bloodborne about you. With you. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Very proud of you.
But it's like I said, like what we're doing not now because I think this is self-indulgent, but outside of this, when we do like the videos that it is self-indulgent.
Bully. Look, I
People
hit
are
you on
paying
head
to
with...
hear us talk about ourselves. It's the fucking
Look.
definition of
Look,
self-indulgence.
I hit you on head with bottle. Oh no! Ah, help! Bully!
Okay, so, but like this, what we're doing now, where we're just like, where we talk at length about stuff, and it is personal, and we do bring on people who have their own like ideas, like we like Dahlia or Michaela or someone like that, to talk about like how you see it and like how you and what it means to you and everything. That's what I wanted to be doing at the start. But I was simultaneously, at the time, I was feeling like, well, no one wants to hear what I have to say. Also, I don't trust myself enough to say the right things. And then the audience I picked up was, like, we talked about this last time, but the audience I picked up was very adjacent to, like the sort of, like, /V crowd. And, like, Reddit and stuff, where, like, we've got the cannon. And so I just felt like, well, I can't really say it because they'll fucking mutiny. And I don't want 1,000 angry, like, guys, and they are guys, 1,000 angry guys, like, kind of, like, getting mad at me for, like, bringing politics into it or something like that. And now I feel like, I'm in a position where, like, I'm with you and the people who are watching, like, it's like 10% of the same people. I kept the 10% of the audience who were nice, kept going, and then everyone else is like off raging. There's so many angry threads about us where it's like Richard will never make good videos again because he has Stockholm syndrome and he's being held hostage by that stupid thought. And I think like if you could see the two of us now, who do you think is the stupid thought of the two? Who is the serious gamer here? Because we have someone who's got a bare wall and the Fallout merch and the Dark Souls merch behind them
And
in a
clean
basement.
desk. Clean desk.
In the basement, yeah. And then we have this, and this is just with the lights on, like you've seen it at night. At night, it looks like Mimi looked at it and said, "This looks like an e-girl strip club." So. Again, like, anyway, so, like, yeah, I'm glad that we've ended up here, because, I mean, if it wasn't for this, I would have just stayed away. Yeah. Oh, hello, this is Starkiller Chief's first time seeing us, hi.
Hi, welcome. Hi.
Okay, so there's a thing from Big Mood that's like you did a lot of videos on lore, but not many on the theories and ideas. So, like, that's kind of what I'm doing now with the revised up-close videos, because, like, I do, if you watch, I know there's only 2 out, but I am constructing, like, an actual thesis throughout that about, like, what Bloodborne is getting at, and how it's addressing all of these things. So, yeah. So, Doom Kitty. Did Sin ever buy a chalkboard?
No, and I can't now because, okay, this month, and possibly the next month, I'm being a responsible adult, and I'm like, since my contract got renewed for 3 more months, so that's the good news. The bad news is that that's it. So, hopefully the other project gets off the ground, and if the other project gets off the ground, then I have a job for another year. But we didn't get the grant for that other project yet.
Yeah, so basically what you're seeing between the two of us now, this is what it's like working in academia. And it's why I'm saying, like, I've been trying to move out for a year. Because, people think that I'm like, I've been living here forever, I haven't. I've moved out. I've moved back and forth constantly. And it's just, like, because I don't get a stable job. I get, like, here's a grant for 2 years. So it's like, okay, I have rent for 2 years. 2 years is up. Can I have another one? No. It's like, okay. Hi, I'm back again. So, like,
guess who's back?
that's the situation that we're in.
Back again. Yeah, so basically, I'm just not buying anything at the moment. I'm just being super responsible. I didn't even commission anything this month.
Okay, to be fair, you did buy 2 PS5s.
Oh god. I'm not saying I live a life of regret. Because it is, you know, Demon Souls. But if we didn't have Patreon, I wouldn't be able to afford it, basically.
Yeah, same.
Truth,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I for reference, like I was only going to do I was going to buy a PS5 and then I couldn't find one, and then it turned out that like by the time like if I had like obsessively squatted on like a website pre-ordering, I would not be getting one for another like week. So I just realized, you know, like I think the side-by-side stream's working really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
But that is more interesting, I think, than if we had just done a straight co-op stream. So I'm like, Demon Souls is the only PS5 game I was interested in. And the horse is kind of bolted. Like, it's done. Like, me getting one now is not gonna bring anything new to the channel, because we've already seen it with Sin. So I'm holding off getting a PS5 until probably, like, post-Christmas sales. So basically I had a ton of money lying around because I saved up for one, and I just bought a whole lot of clothes. So...
Cute. Neil Lucky made a comment. Hi, Neil Lucky. Did you see
Hey,
it?
Neil, yeah. Hey, Neil Lucky.
Look, did you see the
Okay.
comment, though?
Work that pole, boy. See, what happened? Oh, God. One of the things I have on my wall is, like, I got a bunch of LED signs, and one of them is, like a pair of lips that glow pink. And Mimi's like, Richie, it really looks like a strip club. But I didn't want to get rid of it.
It's cute. It's cute, though. It's very
No, I
cute.
did. I kept it. I just moved it somewhere else.
Good.
So hang on. What's my next project after the Snail Shrine? My next project is a modular wargaming board that I've been working on for a very long time,
It's true. Yeah.
which is a bunch of 2 foot by 2 foot masonite sheets that I'm building kind of on top of. So I can link it into different configurations. JSonic is asking what happened to Redgrave. Redgrave is still around. Like, we do stuff with him, but he's sort of done with making videos. He's moved on. Same thing with Aegon. Like, I got someone asking about Aegon the other day. Aegon is just, like, he finished talking about Souls, and then, like, he finished a dissertation, he got married, he got other stuff on, so we're just, like, nothing happened to... Well, what happened to them is that they got lives, basically, and we didn't.
Speak for yourself. I got a life. Look at this. Look at that. This is my life.
You know, I've not seen The Mandalorian, and yesterday I learned that his canonical name is Grogu.
Do you... Okay, I just want to point something out. This is
Yeah.
Richie. Richie's like my boyfriend.
Oh my god!
They friggin' love to spoil things. Richie, what if I didn't see that episode of The Mandalorian yet? What if I was too busy
But
to
I
have
don't watch
seen
it, and I knew.
So you would have spoiled that moment for me. That's what Richie
Mhm.
does. Richie and my boyfriend probably talk behind my back. That's what they do. Because they have a lot in common. You probably spoiled it for people in chat. Thank you, Richie. Oh! Hello, Jaja Binks. How are you today?
I'm not gonna do the voice because it's racist.
Is it?
A little bit.
Oh no!
It's problematic.
Oh, you'll have to tell me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is I
Richie-
actually
yeah.
do a good
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Richie is very, like, I guess knowledgeable about things and social things, so he teaches me stuff. So sometimes he's like, did you know that this is problematic or this is happening? And I'm like, oh my god. And then I feel so much smarter. It's cool. Yeah.
Which is again the opposite of how 4chan think it went. Oh no, I'm really sorry. Someone actually didn't know
What?
in the chat
You
about
see?
Yoda.
Oh, Okay,
I'm
so
sorry. I'm really sorry. I just saw it on like some random like
oh,
here's our
who was
recap
it?
thing. I'm like,
Wait,
all right, oh cool.
who was it? Who was it? What's their name? What's their name?
Kapinski.
Kapinski. No, Kapinski. Oh no. Okay, Kapinski. What would make it up to you if Richie does a voice for you of your choice? Will you make it? Will it make it up to you? How about that? Maybe Richie can say like a sentence in pirate voice or a Brutus voice. What would you like?
I need to do the Jar Jar voice. Okay. What do you want Jar Jar to say? Okay, you can't see I'm talking. Me so very sorry for spoiling Baby Yoda.
That was pretty good.
Thank
I
you.
think. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't seen the prequels in about 20 years.
Oh, you haven't seen the high point of the series?
I've
You
seen
rube.
it! It's been 20 years! I just don't remember it. I kind of remember the annoying guy.
The annoying guy.
Yeah.
This bad headband was on my Jar Jar head.
Oh, look at what Kapinski just did, Richie.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kapinski.
Yeah, well,
Kapinski's kids are not going to college.
Okay. So, okay. Okay, so this is the last question that isn't the bear one that you want to do separately. Which of you would win at thumb wrestling? So we've actually had discussions about this because Sin has noticed that oh, the nails are an accident. I was dyeing my hair and got dye on my hands. I do actually have black nail polish, but this isn't it. So Sin has noticed that despite Sin being like almost a foot shorter than me, she probably could beat me up because like I have terminal fucking like girl arms. And she's like, you gotta flex for me, and I flex like that,
Okay.
and she starts laughing.
Richie can't do a fist! Look, strong fist, strong fist, strong fist, strong fist. Richie's not, I don't know what you're doing, you're like not positioning your fists correctly.
I'm not used to making fists.
Like, look, like this, and you strong fist, strong fist, strong fist, strong fist. Okay?
I'm not Ryohei.
Richie can't do a fist, so yeah, I'd win at
I
anything
can't.
physical, okay? Like,
Yeah. Someone points out that I make a paw like a cat, and that's true. So I think like Sin would be able to beat me up, but also I'd be able to just hold her at arm's length like this because she's quite short. So I'd be going like that. She'd be like,
I don't appreciate that impression of me. I know how to fight!
someone wants me to nya for them, and oh god, I do have cat ears, but I don't know where they are. They're up there somewhere. Nah.
Cute.
Okay, so, can Corvo blink?
Yes! My cat
These are all
right?
questions about Dishonored that I just got.
Yeah, okay. So blinking ability Richie is when Corvo can like go really like magically quickly from one end of the room to another or whatever. And the reason we weren't sure when we got Corvo, we weren't sure what to call him. And at some point we noticed that it's like he's behind you and then he's not, and he's somewhere else and he's somewhere else and he's in the closet and he's here, and I'm like, this bro is blinking all over the place. We should call him Corvo. And it was like, boom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay. if you don't want to answer Bear's question now, I think that's all. Because it's like 5:30 now
Yeah.
for me. So I gotta go do
So-
stuff.
It's late for me, and I gotta be up for the premiere tomorrow. Our red carpet
Yay.
premiere of I Hunt in like 5 hours. I'm gonna put a link again. No, I'm really, really happy because I've never played like this thing before, like tabletop
Yeah,
RPG
yeah.
before, and it was
Yeah.
so much fun. Like I didn't expect it to be that much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. So this particular stream will be archived on Patreon, but if you bookmark it now, because it's
Yeah.
unlisted, you can access it if you want.
Yeah.
And if you want more content and blah 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 blah, visit patreon.com/SinclairLore, and there is more content there. And the lowest tier is the best tier. But
Yeah.
the Horsefish Guidance tier has about 10 clips of Richie being a bully.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed you too, Aiden.
Aw. Yeah, Mr.
Thank you everyone for showing up.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really... Okay,
Thank
we
you,
have like
Vodka.
over 80 people.
Oh my god.
This is... Okay, wait a minute. Y'all are bullies. Like 20 people show up when I stream Fallout. 80 people show up when we just talk. You know what? Next time we do this, we will talk and I'll play Fallout.
But no, these count as Fallout streams because there's Liberty Prime in the background.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Country roads, take me home.
Take me home
to
to the place where I belong. Remember I showed there's that restaurant. There's the restaurant I walk past called Country Roasts.
Yes. It's
And every time I walk by
beautiful.
it's like Sin and Food, the true iconic duo. It's like
Yeah.
Country Roasts,
Yeah.
take me home.
Oh, but some people who are here have probably not seen my Communist Prime.
Okay, you can do Communist Prime. I'll have a cake.
Okay. Did you bake that cake?
Okay, I did. I baked
Can we
these.
see?
There you are.
Oh, that's so cute.
Thank you. I
Wonderful.
bake my own cakes, so that way I know exactly how much sugar is in them.
That's very
That's
smart.
how It's how I keep my noodle-armed physique.
Fist,
I'm
fist,
strong.
Richie. Fist, fist, fist.
No, you flex. You flex. I'll flex and you flex, and we see who's the strong one.
Well, you can
Who's the
because
strength-
I'm wearing a hoodie.
Yeah, but like I think
like-
it's clear that Sin is the strength build of the two.
Yeah, it's true. I am. Yeah. So basically, this was a while back. My boyfriend and I asked we commissioned Ike to draw Liberty Prime, but communist. And Ike was like, I gotcha. Ike is amazing. I can't. Ike is
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, and so, Ike drew this. Look, it's Communist Prime. I can't take the camera closer because there's not enough wire, but you see this
Yeah.
is Liberty Prime.
No.
And he's holding a flag, and the flag has like the Soviet symbol right here,
Aw,
and it
that's so
says
cute.
Liberty Prime. Like the video is reversed or whatever, but it says like Liberty
Yeah.
Prime the correct way.
Kipinski's asking if I'm a Dex build. I am definitely not a Dex build. I'm completely uncoordinated. Sin actually made fun of me walking yesterday.
Yeah, Richie's
Because I was going to get
gentle
him myself.
flower,
But you're
I
like,
can't.
that is not a normal way of walking, sir. You walk like this. But you're walking like this.
Richie, no. Out of both of us, Rich is like the gentle flower, and I protect. I protect
Meth
Richie.
called me an int build.
A what?
Well, we were Meth called me
Love
an
the
int build
content.
when we were
What-
talking.
Oh, oh Danny!
like-
Danny's kids are also not going to college. Thank you, Danny.
Well, thank you.
But also, okay, I'm gonna give people financial life advice. Okay. Patreon, like, you can donate once. No, but like, Danny just donated $20. But if you donate, like, on Patreon, you actually get content. So you can just, you know, you don't have to also, like, some people are under the impression you have to renew every month. No, like, subscribe
No.
once, bookmark all the links, you know, because and the reason why we don't have rewards on YouTube, and this is on YouTube, it's their fault, is because they didn't want to give this feature to small creators. Like back when we started with Richie, or back when I started and Richie joined and we're doing it together, we didn't have like any donation features, we didn't have any like we had nothing. So we didn't build an infrastructure that would help us reward people who donate on YouTube. But we were building it on Patreon. So like if you go on Patreon and you donate there, you actually get rewards. Like you get clips that are never before seen. You get like audio on a podcast. There's some artwork. Like you can access a drive with a lot of the artwork that we have here, like that you see in the podcast. And YouTube doesn't have that.
I want sin.
Okay, Kapinski just bullied me
I
by
know,
donating us $5. Is this like advanced graduate level of Rich's School of Bullying?
I like how it's like, oh no, stop giving me money. I hate it when people do that.
No,
Wink.
I'm trying to give good advice, but Kapinski's already a patron. So like,
Hey, all those people on V who were mad at us for being annoying, you know what would trigger us? We would be absolutely triggered if you gave us a whole lot of money.
oh my god, Alex is doing it. Alex just said my kids should pay for their own college. Thank you, Alex.
My kids should pay for their own college.
Tough love, you're making them strong. It's good. Teach them how to make fists. Look, it's like this. Look, strong fist. Look.
Like that?
No, well, like, it's like, Richie, what are you doing? I don't understand what you're doing. Look, fist, look. I don't know.
I'm tough. So I fight. I'm like Nikolash. Ugh.
So yeah, I was just giving financial advice. Don't donate on YouTube, donate on Patreon. You get rewards, such as videos and art.
Right.
Yeah. Also, on Patreon, sometimes we do mini Patreon contests. Like, for mugs and hoodies or whatever. Like, remember we had a thing, but people didn't guess it on Patreon, so it expanded to, like, everyone. Guess the name of What, Where, Why? The third floor.
Yeah.
Of, That was funny. Do you remember the name?
Well, what happened with... I have to go soon. What happened with the name is that you came up with a name no one would ever guess, but then you were like, I'll just give them hints because it's a really funny name.
Yeah.
And then someone messaged me to say, like, I just got it.
Amazing.
And,
Yeah, people are smart. People who follow us are the smart. You know how I never watched Rick and Morty, but what I hear is that to watch it you have to be
you need
super
a very
smart.
high IQ to understand Sinclair. Yeah.
There we go. That's it. And before we go, I will actually post, because everyone, like, honestly, I didn't expect anyone to show up to this. This is like, thanks y'all for like chilling with us and interacting with us, especially.
I have to go soon.
Especially since Christmas is canceled for us. Like, it's
Is
nice. Yeah, we don't get Christmas. We don't. Red zone.
Because of COVID,
Yeah.
or like Alan
No,
Rickman. Okay.
Yeah. Like, it's your. Like, you know, I understand, but it's still sad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I have good news, I guess. I feel
Yes.
bad when I say this because I know it happened another time. People were like really depressed about it, but like where I am, my state has officially eliminated COVID.
That's good. Congrats.
There's been no cases for, I think over 30 days now.
Okay.
So like we still have to wear masks and we still have to social distance, but like it's gone. And I've been like, I don't know how many people here know Goldtooth. She's a Bloodborne streamer, but like she lives in Melbourne, and like we sort of celebrated like actually just going out and seeing her, and I'll come see her again, like, before the end of the year, probably. So that's good. I'm actually able to see people again.
It's very awesome. Sorry, okay, AMA. Where is SHT? That's what it's called, SHT.
Yeah.
Where can I find it? I'm trying to find it. Okay, there we go. SHT1. Which one was the good one?
Because, like, I know it's, like, really bad in other places, and I don't want to, like... I feel bad almost talking about it, because I know people who, like... I know people in Spain who are, like, fucked because of this. But, like, literally, like, we just went in... Like, the whole state went into quarantine for about 3 months. No one was going outside. Everywhere's shut down, and, like... But by the end, it was actually gone. And now we have, like, the fucking treasurer on the radio saying, like, well, the state's recovering economically, but if they hadn't shut down to begin with, they wouldn't have been a problem to recover from. And it's like, fuck you. Like, if we hadn't shut down when we could, like, we were hitting, like, 700 cases a day at one point. Like, there was no option. And, like, if we hadn't shut down, we would have to be shutting down now, because it's a very... Basically, the state I live in, it's about 6 million people, but about 5 million of them live in one city. So, obviously, it's really densely packed, really densely populated. So, like, it just spread out of control for months and months and months. And then, there was actually none where I was in my town. I think we had like 3 cases at one point, and they were just hospitalized, and it ended. But, like, yeah, we had to shut down. It was horrible. Yeah, like, if you talk, like, there's serious, like, psychological problems arising from it. People, like, it destroyed a lot of the service industry and everything. It was terrible, but at the end of it, we actually have eliminated COVID here.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it goes down eventually here too, because
Yeah. I think because it looks like the only way to actually deal with it is very serious quarantines and lockdowns. Like, as soon as it gets bad, because they keep talking about, like, well, we'll be over the hump. It'll go down. It hasn't.
Yeah. But to finish on a good note, well, hopefully everybody's safe. Hopefully, like, you guys are healthy. Hopefully everything goes well. I'm gonna post some things from Patreon.
Okay.
So this is an outtake called SNL Parodies. And it's from, like, various different tiers.
Right.
So this is another outtake called... So bookmark those for later, because they're unlisted.
Okay.
Protein Birds.
By unlisted, I mean I don't get to see them either.
You can if you ask. You were part of this. You participated. You were in the recording. You know what
I'm not allowed to be on the Patreon. I was on the Patreon, you made me leave.
Yeah, because it's like, what? It was not logical. Okay.
Well, no, you said it wasn't logical, and then I checked and I saw that, after I left, you started releasing things called Richie doesn't want this released.
Yeah, not after. You just weren't paying attention. I've always done it. Okay.
I can do this now. I can go, like... I beg your fucking pardon.
So this is what, where, why location of Bloodborne 18. So also bookmark it. It's a funny one.
Yeah.
And 14 also is the I'm not gonna say the name. It's gonna be a surprise. That's the name that people had to guess. And then one last thing I'll post is SHT, which is self-help topics. This one is thinking critically. So check this out. We teach you how to think critically. Yeah.
I think that's the one where I just make fun of Reddit.
I think so. It's either this one or another one. Yeah. Okay. So bookmark them. Yeah. You can watch them later if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. It's really like I said, amazing. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised so many people showed up.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Okay, I gotta go.
All right.
It's like
Richie,
5:45 now.
do the outro.
That was Snack Covenant AMA episode 1.5, I guess. So it's technically just a continuation.
Yep.
Okay, we will see you around. We might do another one. There's still some question. There's one question, but it looks long. So okay, bye everybody.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.